Hello, my name's Tina Louise Spalding. I'm a full trance channel, and for the last year I have been working on a book called Jesus, an Autobiography, in which I have been channeling Jesus' life story from conception to crucifixion and carrying on with his teachings for the second half of the book. At the end of the book, there are 5 questions that are posed to Jesus, and this recording is the answer to question number 4, which is, what can we do for you, Jesus? This was asked by a friend of mine who was very service-oriented, and the following recording is Jesus' answer to that question. I am returned to continue on with the teaching. Our book is drawing to a close. You are indeed willing to complete these last paragraphs, these last pages, and it is an important job for you to be willing to do this work. We feel your resistance to these teachings. There is no doubt that they are frightening in your world. There is no doubt that your society, as it stands today, has many resistances, many blocks, many refusals to entertain these ideas. But that is irrelevant. Inspired information is always against the grain of the average being. It is always going to challenge those who have been indoctrinated into the mentality of the flock. You are the shepherd in that sense. You are leading. You are on the front edge of this wave of consciousness evolution. There are many beings on the front edge, on the leading edge, but you are on the very point of that leading edge with this information. But you have been deemed capable of offering this teaching, and so we will answer this question. What can you do for me? Well, there is no me. I am not that individual that you think I am. I am the consciousness of many beings mixed together. The voice is one. The name is one, as you know it in your experience. You experience yourselves as individuals, and so we present ourselves as an individual. But you must understand that being incarnated as Jesus on your plane so many years ago was a pointed focus of consciousness, just as you are a pointed focus of consciousness. You have separated into your physical reality. You have experienced yourself as separate from that which you would call God, that which you would call oneness. But in my incarnation, that awareness of oneness was returned to me. That is the state of enlightenment in which I found myself in that incarnation. And so now, as a being that you are listening to, this apparently individual consciousness has separated itself out from oneness once again to have this conversation. Why? Because your society needs to have this conversation with the old me, if you will. This old me can be retrieved from oneness, this consciousness experience that you call the life of Christ, the life of Jesus, the birth through the maturity through the crucifixion and resurrection as you know it in this biblical story that society is founded on. This consciousness can be retrieved from oneness, and that is what is happening here. We are retrieving that experience so that you may understand it more clearly, so that you may understand it in a way that allows you to transform your consciousness. Because your consciousness is evolving within your society, we must base all of our education within that paradigm, if you will. We cannot bring in the absolute truth, because that is not a language that you understand in your physical singular experience as an individual personality. That is not something that you can comprehend. So there is no point in us approaching you from that point of view. From our point of view, we need no assistance, dear beings. We need no one to do anything for us. You are living your own experience. You are a free being to exercise your free will in this experience that you have. What we are doing is bringing you information that will allow you to exercise your free will truly and without limitation. You are poorly trained in your society to express yourselves. You are poorly trained in your society to understand yourselves. You are trained for specific things, specific tasks, specific functions within your society in a very limited way. It is a highly specialized training that you go through in your society, just as all societies have gone through specific trainings in the past, and they will continue to go through specific trainings because your experience is one of separation, because your experience is one of a body, an individual body with an apparently separated individual mind. That is what you are going to experience on the plane in which you find yourself. However, our job here is to raise your consciousness to a different vibration so that you may have a new experience. Until you do that, your questions are framed within the paradigm in which you formulate the questions. So your consciousness as it exists at the moment can only formulate questions that make sense given your experience. We are trying to change your consciousness so that you can have a new experience and so that you may formulate new questions. Questions that come from your limited human, physical, material self are limited consciousness questions, and they are formed within the mind that is limited. And so your question, what can you do for me, is very, very limited in the sense that you are seeing yourself as an individual, you are seeing me as an individual. I am part of higher mind. I am part of those higher realms that you would consider the angelic realms, the realms of the ascended masters, the realms of knowledge, the realms of mentorship and teaching that filter down through your consciousness, given the opening, given the opportunity. That is what is happening here with this channel. There has been a clarification of mind that has taken place, and these messages can now descend through this particular focal point. That is a body-mind complex, a personality, and that is what you are experiencing here. But you must do for yourself what we cannot do for you. We can bring you the information, but we cannot force you to act on it. We can bring you the understanding of the structure of reality. We can bring you information about how creativity works. We can bring you information about how to change your experience, but we cannot do it for you. So there is very little that you can do for us other than to follow the precepts and ideas that we are bringing to you. As you follow our prescriptions, as you follow our instructions, as you follow our ideas and thoughts and understandings and integrate them into your own body-mind experience, your own perceptual experiences, then you will raise yourself to a vibratory level that will allow you to interact with us more directly. This is all we want you to do for us. We do not wish you to act in the world as missionaries. We do not wish you to convert anybody into anything. We want you to act on this knowledge. We want you to act on this information. We want you to begin a forgiveness practice. We want you to begin to honor yourselves as divine aspects of the Creator. We want you to honor each other as divine aspects of the Creator. We want you to forgive all sins that you perceive that have been done to you, that are being done to others. We want you to take the information that is being presented in these books that are coming through this channel. We want you to take that information and we want you to act on information. That is all that we want you to do for us. We want you to do this for us. Why? Because you are suffering unnecessarily, and we see the potential that you have. We see the abilities that are open to you if you shift your vibration, if you shift your consciousness, and that is what breaks our heart. We do not want you to act on our behalf. We want you to act on your behalf. We want you to do what needs to be done for you, so that you may raise your consciousness and therefore change your experience and allow us to communicate with you. We are all here, beings of higher mind, beings of extremely evolved consciousness. We are here wanting to communicate with you. We are here wanting to connect with you. We are here, we are here, we are here. And we do connect with you to the best of our ability, given your vibration, given your fears, given your limitations, given your restricted thinking capabilities. Now, we do not mean to insult you, but you are living in very restricted minds. You are living in very fearful minds. You are living in heavily medicated minds. And we want you to unplug from those medications, unplug from those limitations, unplug from those prescriptions that your society throws at you relentlessly. We need you to unplug from those conditioning processes so that you may find out who you really are. And all the information you need is being delivered to you in these books. It is being delivered in bite-sized pieces so that you may accept it, so that you may understand it, so that you may begin to integrate it into your experience. We cannot change you quickly because of the structure of the human mind. We cannot change you quickly because of the structure of your society and the rules and restrictions and boundaries in which you find yourselves. You must begin to see your boundaries. You must begin to see your limitations and fears. It is not until you see the parameters within which you are living that you will be able to change them. You must begin to look and to see what you are doing. You must begin to become willing to step away from your addictions, from your conditionings and your practical requirements of daily life. Your lives are filled with endless chores, endless jobs, endless requirements, endless restrictions. And as long as they remain your priority, you will remain imprisoned in the conditioned mind. As long as these remain your priorities, you will not find out who you are, and you will not be able to expand into that truth. You will be constantly running errands, cleaning gutters, watching television, these kinds of things. Individually, these are small errors, but collectively, in your society, you are inundated by minutiae that keeps you from self-realization. You must begin to take the time to step away from your programs, to step away from your fears, to step away from your limited ideas of what you are, and step out into space, step out into expansion, step out into creativity. So this is what you can do for me. There is no me as you understand it. I am blended with higher mind. I am blended with the souls and consciousness of many, many evolved beings. But I come out of that blending into a focused point so that you may communicate with me. And I will continue to do this over the next few years through this particular channel, so that you may have a conversation with me, so that you may understand what you are experiencing in your mind, in your apparently real world. It is not a real world. It is a dream that you are living. It is an illusion that you are believing, mistaking for reality. In our reality, your life is a dream. And the dream can be a nightmare, or the dream can be a nice dream, a happy dream, a dream that connects you, begins to connect you to spirit. But many of you are living in nightmares. You are tired, you are imprisoned, you are feeling put upon. It is only in your voluntary shifting of your focus, in your voluntary shifting of your time allotments, let us say, what you consider valuable. These are the things that you must change to be able to connect with us, to be able to understand what is going on in our reality. Our reality is the reality. Your illusory reality is a very, very slim, narrow sliver of consciousness. It is proscribed, it is fear constrained, and it is time now for that condition to change. That was my purpose in life, and so I return here to communicate that same purpose in your time-space continuum. We are out of time here. We are not restricted by time. We are able to dip down into many, many different places, times, dimensions, however you wish to word it. And we are stepping down into your time-space continuum so that you may have this information, so that you may begin to change yourself, so that you may begin to expand your mind, expand your connection, expand your ideas of what you are. This is the time for this. You have had too long in prison. You are sore from being chained to the wall. You do not wish to stand up and stretch. You do not wish to go outside. It is a fearful place out there for you because it is so big. It is so free. You have become used to your prison, you have become used to your limitations, and you are quite happy in your cells. But we are not happy with you in your cells. We want you to come and play with us. We want you to come and communicate with us. We want you to leave your prisons. We want you to expand into what you truly are, which are limitless, creative, divine beings that are able to express concepts and to create landscapes and realities that are far beyond your ability to comprehend at this time. But we understand it. We are in those realms of creativity and self-expression that are beyond your ability to comprehend. But we want you to come here. We want you to expand yourself. We want you to let go of your chains. We want you to let go of the material objects that you hold on as if they are gods. We want you to let go, let go, let go. That is what you can do for us. Jesus, an Autobiography, will be published by Light Technology Publishing in the fall of 2014. The book consists of channeled teachings from Jesus and his spoken word telling us about his life story and what his life meant, why he was here, and why he has returned to help us in our awakening process.